Hey y'all, welcome back to Pure South Pastures. You won't believe what we've done. It's exciting. It's it's gonna be awesome. So some people might call us crazy, but hang out today. Let's check it out. I got some good news to tell you. Some exciting stuff going on here on the farm. By the way, it's good to be back. Been gone quite a while. It's been just a busy season, but we're still here. As you can see, the cows are going behind me. And man, I can't wait to show you what we've just done. Good to have you today. Hang out for a little while. Let's get to it. So the cows are grazing. Gave them a paddock this morning and came home this afternoon, and that paddock was short. That's how we want it. So I gave them a new break, and they're going to town on it. This herd's looking good. I'm really pleased with how they're doing. Got a few that I'm expecting to start showing signs of pregnancy. I'll be excited to see that. We're actually going to do some checking. I'll probably do a video on it because we're going to draw some blood, and we'll do some on-site preg tests. Within 30 minutes, you can know from the blood if the animal is pregnant or not. So, good looking calves here. I don't know if you guys remember the one that was losing hair, had some kind of viral skin. I mean, it was born that way because his mom had it. This is him, and he's gotten over all that. You know, some calves are just hairier than others. You can see this calf right here is slick. And sometimes as a calf, they don't lose that hair, that thicker coat, and even in the summertime. And so we'll watch this little calf. Actually, it's a little bull calf, so we're probably going to make him a steer and be fattening him up. There's another little bull calf that I figure we're probably going to be making a steer. He's slick. Slick as a button. You see these South Pole calves, they're just butter balls. And they're just round. Shot there. It's a pretty little heifer calf. So is that one right there. I don't know if you can see, but on this calf right here, right at her tail head, you can just see fat cones sticking out of her, beside her tail. Love that. And a little heifer calf she's not taking care of a calf. Don't have one in utero, so that's understandable. I mean, they pack all the pounds and they keep condition really easy because they don't have to work for it. Truth be told, they're probably still a little milk. I expect this heifer right here to start showing some true signs of pregnancy. I've been watching her bag. This cow has packed on the pounds this summer. She thinned up a little bit. She went a little backwards. Of course, all of them do. Last winter. I expect this girl to be showing some signs of pregnancy. When the big boy comes through, everybody just moves over. What do you say, buddy? This is the mom that had the skin issue. She had the calf. She still has some small, not big warts like you see on some cows, but she's got some more like skin tags all along her neck there. This calf right here, I didn't really care for it at first, but it's growing on me. A little light calf that just went behind that cow right there. And man, this cow, or this heifer right here, should be, she's just not showing the sign that I wanted to, man. It's time. So we're gonna draw some blood on her. she's not pregnant. We're gonna have to go plan B on her. I like her. She's beautiful. You just can't be. She don't get a free ride. You gotta earn her keep. You know how that is. Got a few of these thin cows. We're gonna be preg testing and selling them as well. So that's gonna be the project for the next little while. But I'm gonna take you. I came down here to check the water, give them a new paddock. I'm gonna go up close to the barn. I got something up there that's brand new, a new endeavor, trying something new, and I want to show it to you. See if you think we're crazy. Have we lost our minds? Probably. People have been telling us we're crazy for a long time. So let's go check it out. Knox is here with me. Hey, buddy. Come on. He's a good boy. He's doing a good job. He's actually, I was kind of surprised when I came up here. The sheep are up here by the barn. They don't come up here too often, so they don't get on video a lot. They're not really stars of the video, and really our channel has been predominantly about cattle. And so if you know anything about the algorithm, anytime I've done, you know, we raised meat chickens last year, and this year it's just been too busy, so we didn't do it. And now we got the sheep, we got the pigs. But if I do a video on anything else, then I don't know, it just not many people watch it because the algorithm doesn't, it just doesn't hit, because the target audience that is picked up are people that are looking for cattle. So anyway, that's just kind of a YouTube deal. But so I don't spend a lot of time talking about the sheep because apparently people don't like watching that. But they're doing great. I think I've said on here before, the sheep are awesome because they have two 10-acre fields, two 10-acre pastures. And as long as they get up in the morning and head away from the highway, if they head south, they're doing good. Yeah, they've only gotten out a few times. A couple weeks ago, they found a hole, and they got out 2 days in a row before I found the hole. Knox stays with them, and he's just doing a bang up job. I couldn't ask for a better dog. If you don't know his story, you can go back and see the videos that we made when we brought him home. It was getting close to a year ago now. Look, maybe not quite a year ago, but he's got his own story about when he came here. But sheep are doing good. We processed three lambs, ram lambs, and they sold immediately. And from what I've heard from people, the product has been awesome. Those guys that have bought the lamb, they actually love it, absolutely love it. So that's been good. Everything we have right now is ewes. So all we have is ewes, all females. Gonna be getting another ram. I gave my ram to a guy down the road. He was 7 years old, so I just needed some new bloodline, some new blood in the flock. So be excited before December to get a new ram and put him in. And I'm thinking that before I got rid of that ram, he probably took care of business with some of these girls, so maybe all of them, I don't know. So we may be having some winter lambs. We'll have to see. I would prefer not to, but we'll see. So here's what we're doing, the new endeavor. Let me explain this a little bit first. So we've been trying to grow our South Pole herd, and it's a really unique thing, a difficult thing to grow a herd, especially when you start out with like 12 animals. That's where we started. Right now we have 22. We sold a heifer not too long ago. We're going to get rid of 3 or 4 more this year, just because we don't need to take them through the winter. They're older and just not going to do well in the winter. They're already thin. So we know that's coming. It's difficult to build numbers in a herd and cash flow at the same time, trying to hold on to every heifer that you can. This is really good for growing numbers, but it's not good for cash flow if you're selling steers. We had out of 10 calves born in a 12-month period, we had 9 heifers. So that's great because that's our bloodlines for the future, but we didn't have any little bull calves or steers to sell. So anyway, all that being said, trying to build a herd and trying to cash flow the farm is difficult. So I began to think about what if we purchase some animals that we know aren't necessarily what we're going to want to be our ongoing seed stock, but we take some overlooked animals, what could be overlooked, and put our South Pole bull on them and increase the value of what might have been overlooked in the first place. So that's what we've done. Yesterday, I went and picked up 9 Corriente, it's 8 Corriente heifers and a bull. And so let me flip the camera around. I'll show you they're right here in the pen. I'll kind of tell you what we're doing with them. And then I'll just kind of explain some of that. So it's pretty crazy, pretty exciting, but here we go. All right, sorry for pointing you in the sun. Here's what we got. These are obviously, if you don't know anything about or if you know anything about Corrientes, they're horn cattle. Lots of people might overlook these cattle because of the horns or because of the physical makeup, because they're not a big cow. Whew. That's a hook to the rear end right there. And so a lot of people overlook them. And honestly, if you were to run these animals through the sale barn, the value of them, you're going to be docked pretty good because of the horns. And but there is an upside to these animals that a lot of people don't see. And the fact that they're small allows them to be efficient foragers. As a matter of fact, I was watching just a little while ago. They're probably just a little. This is tongue-in-cheek. I don't really mean this for the literal people out there, but they might have just a little bit of goat in them, because they eat stuff that my cows eat a lot of stuff that other cows won't eat, because we put a lot of pressure on them. But a minute ago, I was watching that bull, and he was eating goat weed over there. I mean, just going at it, eating goat weed. So pretty cool. So I didn't really want the bull, but he came with a group, and so and that's him right there, the black one. He's a good-looking Corriente bull. So I'm gonna end up selling him, and then turning around and getting another heifer to replace him. So because the bull is with them, these cows are more than likely bred. So the first calves will be Corriente calves, which, for like roping, that's one of the things that these animals are bred for, is roping steers, roping heifers, that kind of thing. They're very athletic. You can see that their body structure is not completely like a beef cow, like you would expect a beef cow to be. The upside of these animals, the downside is that obviously they have horns. People don't like the horns. They're not as big and round as, they don't put on as much body weight as a normal beef cow would, or a commercial beef cow, like an Angus or Simmental or something like that. These are really undeveloped animals, and this is what I mean. There hasn't been a lot of genetic adaptation to try to make them bigger or different. They forage, or they're efficient foragers. They keep good body condition on low power forages, which is a great thing for us because that's pretty much what we have. They have good feet and good eyes. Their bags, incredible bags, as far as their milking, and they don't have a big bag that's going to blow out on you. And so there's just a lot of great things about them, even though people overlook them. We're looking for the kind of the unfound advantage in these animals. And you can see one of the things that I'm interested to see. You can see how they're pushing around, and obviously I've not ever had any horn cattle. I've not ever had any cattle that were probably this high strung, and these aren't like crazy high strung, but they have been roped a little bit. I think the guy I bought them for roping, and he told me that they were roped 4 or 5 times. So we're going to give it a spin. What I really believe is they haven't been around they haven't had a lot of human interaction. So in the way that we are with our cattle, every day we're moving them, every day we're in the pasture with them. So these animals just haven't been treated that way. So it's going to be interesting to see as we spend more time. Sorry for the camera work there. It'll be interesting to see as we spend more time with them how they calm down. Even from the time I took them off the trailer last night, I mean, they were packed on the trailer. It was all I could do to get all of them on the trailer. They came about an hour and a half. They were from about an hour and a half north of us. And so even after I got them off the trailer last night, they were pretty high strung, kind of pushing each other around a lot. This morning, I could tell that they had settled down quite a bit. I've given them some hay right here, and I'm just feeding hay over the fence. I'm keeping them in this pen because they're not broke to hot wire. On our farm, we do have perimeter fences, but I mean, to stay here, an animal has to be hot wire broke. So that's something I'm in the process of doing. Let me show you how I'm doing that. So as I started feeding hay here, and at first the hot wire wasn't here. Then I came in and set up the hot wire after they'd been eating hay, a little bit of hay. I came in and ran the hot wire through the fence here, and then just ran it it's about anywhere from 8 inches to 2 feet off the fence there. And the reason I want it right up against the fence, or not too close, but I want it against the fence instead of right out here in the middle, because there needs to be a barrier on the back side. I want to have a barrier back there that they can't push through. So if they get hit, they're not going to be able to push forward. They're going to have to come backward. I want them to learn that first and foremost. In about 2 days, I will string it this way, where it's just out in the middle of the corral. And by that time, hopefully they, instead of going forward when they get popped, they'll go backwards. I have seen a few of them get popped today as they were trying to come up here and eat some hay. And then this afternoon I came in, the hay was out here, and this afternoon I came in and I spread some alfalfa pellets, which is a good protein source for them anyway. But those alfalfa pellets, as they went for them and kind of jostled for them a little bit, they also, some of them learned to respect the hot wire in those moments too. So first phase of this hot wire training is just up against the fence, so they don't go. If it was just out in the open and it was clear on both sides, they could jump it, they could press through it. I want for a couple of days, I want them to feel like they can't go forward, they have to go backwards. So in their mind, they'll begin to process when they get around hot wire, and if they get popped, they go backwards, back up, don't go forward. And so we'll see how that works. Then we'll set it up in the middle. So I'll keep you posted on how hot wire training is going. That's just some poly braid and on a small reel, and I just got it hooked up to my charger. So the thought process in having these cattle is that first, they are pretty economical. You know, the market right now is ridiculously high, which is great if you're selling calves or selling heifers. But if you're wanting to purchase, it's not a good market to purchase. So we need something that when we have the calves, we're not trying to hold them back to build a herd. So when these animals have calves, in my mind, these calves are going to the market. They're going to be sold, whether steers for meat or just sold to people for roping. The first set of calves will be straight Corriente, so they probably will be more like a roping calf. Once we put the South Pole bull on them, I really think we're going to start adding value to like I said, what would be an overlooked animal. So really excited about it. I like them. I really do. I like the way they're slick. They keep condition. I mean, they have great condition. Nobody's limping. They're just healthy animals. So we're gonna see how the temperament handles, how, just if they'll settle down and maybe calm down some of the pushing, man. It may be because they're in a tight area too, that they're doing so much of the pushing. They're in a small corral here for 9 animals, but it might just be part of their nature. We'll see. We're gonna definitely get them get them broke to hot wire so that we can move them around the farm as we need to. On this place, we just can't function if they won't stay in hot wire. One strand, single strand. This cow right here is funny. She kind of looks Holsteinish. So I read that Corrientes can be any color except solid white. So you never know what your color variation is going to be. I know a lot of people like the solids. The market likes the solids better as far as their value. To be honest with you, I like the painted ones. I just think there's some beautiful colors in some of these. So I've never been a horned cattle guy, but and I'll be honest, I'm keeping my head on a swivel around them. This, you know, I really take our South Pole herd for granted because they're just so laid back and docile. This group, not so much. So we're gonna be watching them close, and I really think the more we interact with them, the more we spend time with them on a daily basis, moving them, that kind of thing, I think they'll settle out. So, and now let me just be clear, they have not been aggressive to me. They push around each other and they're establishing their dominance or whatever, and they definitely have their hierarchy, but they have not, none of them have been high-headed at me or advanced toward me or anything. I was in an alley with them when I loaded them yesterday. I'm talking about a tight alley, and I climbed up on the fence just because I had horns coming at me, but they weren't. They were just running on the other side of the alley beside me to get on the trailer. So they trailered really easy as well. So that's what we're doing. I know, call us crazy. All right, so share with me your thoughts. Are we crazy? Is this gonna work? I think it's going to. I'm really excited about this. I'm really excited about the South Pole Corriente cross. I think we're gonna see some really cool stuff. Don't know how many of them are gonna be polled, which would be no horns. It'll be interesting to see if that cross produces horned cows or polled cows. We'll just have to see. But it's a new venture for us. There's a lot of things that we're going to learn, you know, as we bring these two herds together. I've been thinking through how we're going to do that, and definitely need to do it in a controlled area where we're not, you know, they're just not going to bust out and take off running because they're fighting or whatever. I don't know exactly how that's going to go, but yeah, it'll be an adventure. We'll bring you along for it. So I'll be doing some more videos on the Corrientes. I'm learning about them and trying to just know what we're doing, knowing what we're in for. As you can tell, I mean, if you just sit around and watch, they push and shove quite a bit, but we'll see. It's going to be great. I thank you for joining me today. It's always a new adventure here on the farm. It's exciting and fun, and I'm glad you follow along with us. If you don't mind, hit the like and subscribe button. Drop a comment. Tell us if we're crazy. Tell us how you think it's going to go. Tell us if you have any experience with any kind of cross like this, crossing like a South Pole or a beef cow. A lot of people cross Charolais with Corrientes, and so we'll see how it goes. So anyway, it's going to be a blast. I'm glad you joined me today. God bless you. Have a great one. We'll see you on the next one.